Hello, I am Lori Lander, founder of Lori Lander Coaching, and I help women write an exciting new chapter filled with purpose, passion, and connection. Now, let's jump right into today's topic that I believe you will find to be most helpful. And what I'm going to be talking about is all about joy. In this episode, you are going to learn my surprising answer when my husband asked me what I enjoy doing in my spare time. You will also learn the true meaning of joy, along with the benefits of practicing joy, and a simple exercise to help teach you how to be more joyful daily. And the reason why I chose to talk about joy today is because I believe that doing what brings us joy needs to be a daily practice in order to live a full life. So a few years ago, I had completely lost my joy, and I was so busy going and doing for everyone else that I stopped doing the daily things that were meaningful to me and that brought me joy. I was sitting on the sidelines and I'm cheering everyone else on and watching while my children and my husband and others that I cared for in my life were doing what brought them joy on the daily. And sadly, I did not realize I had completely stopped doing certain activities that I once loved to do. I'd become sad, I'd become depressed, and I felt disconnected from myself, and I had no idea why. I remember one day talking with my husband, who has many hobbies and is constantly immersing himself in things that he enjoys doing. And he asked me what I enjoyed doing these days in my own spare time. That question honestly stopped me in my tracks, and I shockingly realized I did not even know what I enjoyed doing anymore. I replied that I had no idea. I had spent so many years of my life dedicated to my family that I had forgotten what it was really that I enjoyed doing on my own and what filled me up. It was then that I decided to make a change. And I began thinking about what used to bring me joy in my spare time, and I had remembered how much I love to do jigsaw puzzles. I used to love to do jigsaw puzzles after work, on my dining room table. I would lay them all out and I would sit down for hours. I enjoyed the challenge, and I also loved the peacefulness. And I remember how much I enjoyed just choosing which puzzle to get. I loved the scenic puzzles of places that I wanted to visit in the future, and these used to bring me so much joy. I remember once I purchased a puzzle and began doing it, and honestly, I was hooked from there. So the reason why I share this story with you is because I believe there are so many going through this very same thing right now, who have also lost sight of what truly brings them joy. But the good news is you can rediscover what lights you up and begin today on your journey towards daily joy. So joy is defined as an emotion that is evoked by a positive experience. It's a state of mind or well-being. It's a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. So now let's dig into the benefits. And the first benefit is increased resilience. Have you ever noticed when you're more joyful, everything seems to go more smoothly? When you practice joy regularly, you are better able to bounce back when challenges occur or when something unexpected arises. Second, joy helps with inspiration. When you feel joyful, you are unknowingly priming your brain and training your mind to focus on positivity. And when you're focused on the positive, you are allowing yourself to be open to a whole new world of possibility. Now, the third of being joyful helps with productivity. When you're joyful, you're able to think more clearly and perform more efficiently and feel more motivated to follow through with a task. So now that we've talked about the important role that joy plays in our lives, let's discuss how you can begin implementing joy on a daily basis so it will become like second nature to you. I'm going to teach you a simple exercise called Your Journey to Joy that will help you rediscover what brings you true joy. And I will also attach this exercise in the notes below if you would like to download it. So make sure and check that out in the notes below. First, grab your journal, your laptop, or create a new note in your phone. And next, I want you to think back to when you were a child. and remember what you most enjoyed doing back then. Was it riding your bike? Was it playing games? Just jot down what brought you joy. Now think about when you were a teenager and jot down what you enjoyed doing during your teen years. Just think back. Now think about a time in your early to mid 20s when you were really joyful. What were you doing? Jot it down. Now take a moment to review everything you have written and add any other activities or times in your life where you felt immense joy. Then go back and ask yourself what specifically it was about each of those moments that brought you the most joy. Try to be as detailed as possible. And also notice where joy shows up naturally and then embrace and remember those moments. So for example, it could be as simple as you love to sit at a lake and watch the ducks floating by, where you simply feel relaxed and calm and at peace. So now let's talk about how you can begin today doing things that bring you the most joy. Go ahead and get out your calendar and schedule one of the activities that you can do daily that brings you joy. Whether the activity takes a few minutes or a few hours, plan for it and then go do it. Implementing these activities into your daily life is super important. And once you begin doing this, you will begin to notice the benefits we discussed earlier. The key here is to be consistent. And remember, as I say a lot, without a date, it's a dream. So make sure and actually schedule time in your calendar to do at least one joyful activity every day. Now, I have one favor to ask of you before we wrap it up. Once you determine what brings you joy, I would love to hear from you. Comment below and just let me know. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead and a joyful week. I am Lori Lander with Lori Lander Coaching, and make today your day.